Hello, everybody. Welcome to our special program, Let's Podcast Project of Taiwan's Temple Art Stories. This is Guling Jing, and we have 3 high school students joining us today. Hi, guys. Please introduce yourselves to the audience.
Hello, my name's Albert.
Hi, my name is Janie.
Hello, my name is Mark.
We are from National Tainan Chia Chi Senior High School.
Wow, cool. And Albert, would you please introduce this project?
Okay. The calligraphy and painting in the temples in Taiwan used to play the role of education and entertainment for many illiterate locals. Starting from the front gate, we can see corresponding stories featuring the same theme on both sides of the walls. The stories, usually in even numbers, are dealing with 4 hires, 4 loves, and 6 addictions.
The story of 4 hires is mainly based on the story of Asian emperors hiring talents to jointly govern the country, such as Yao hired Shan, Chen Chang hired An, Wen hired Jiang Taigong, and 3 visit thatched cottages.
4 loves or 6 addictions are the stories about the leisurely sentiments of the ancient famous figures Lin Hejing, Zhou Dunyi, Tao Yuanming, Tang Minghuang, Su Dongpo, Wang Xizhi, Li Bai, and so on.
This time, we choose each story from 4 hires and 4 loves to share with you. We also invite 2 foreign friends from France and Czech to share their opinions and thoughts about the traditional art culture in Tainan. Now, let's listen to the first story rewritten by us, Ailian Saying.
In the early Song dynasty, there was a man named Zhou Dunyi, also called Mr. Lianxi. After resigning from office, he went to the lotus peak of Lushan Mountain to recuperate. One evening, Zhou Dunyi was walking by the pond and saw the beautiful lotus. He fell in love with her at first sight, so he embarked on a romantic relationship.
Oh, what a beautiful lotus! The lotus rises from the mud, but is not stained, bathed by clear waves, but is not seductive.
What? How dare he humiliate me like this? I will let him experience the feeling of losing loves. See you!
The Celt was very angry, so he came up with a plan to avenge Zhou Dunyi.
Abracadabra! I will stop Zhou Dunyi from distinguishing between frogs and lotus.
The magic of the Celt took effect, and the Lotus Fairy gradually found that Dunyi became more and more indifferent to her.
He finally fell in love with me, Ribbit.
Zhou Dunyi, why did you abandon me? Love isn't meaningful unless we love each other. Let my sorrow engulf me and let me wither away gradually.
Celt found that his scheme worked, so he couldn't help but snicker.
Ha! I finally defeated the arrogant lotus. The frog I have been assisting eventually got Dunyi's love, and I can squander his money. Sealed!
The clamshell who guards fairness, justice, and peace had discovered the strangeness of the Lotus Fairy.
Oh, my beautiful fairy, why are you so sad? It hurts so much to see you like this, clam.
Oh, my cute clamshell. My Valentine Zhou Dunyi fell in love with the frog. I'm too sad to leave.
My dear fairy, leave it to me. I won't let you down, clam.
So the clamshell decided to find the frog. As he walked, he saw the frog arguing with a pile of brown things. Then he took a closer look. It turned out to be Celt.
I thought you helped me to win Donnie's love because we are good friends, but you just took advantage of me. Ribbit.
No, I sincerely want to assist you, but you doubted my goodwill. I'm so disappointed. Sealed.
What? You two drugs actually friend my fairy clan.
Who? Ribbit.
What? You ugly clamshell! You are not qualified to comment on our relationship. If you continue to do this, I will teach you a lesson. Sealed.
The dispute between the sealed and the clamshell caught Duane's attention.
Hey, listen, who's talking?
It's me. Look at you, idiot. You got bamboozled. Don't you know everything is planned by Sealed and Frog? Lotus Fairy is dying. Clam.
Clamshell stated everything with anger.
How stupid I was. Lotus Fairy has such an extraordinary temperament that her stem is hollow and straight, and messy stems running around. The fragrant scent of the lotus lingers in the air. Moreover, it stands vertically and cleanly in the clear water. Regretfully, it turns out that I mistook you for the frog.
No, don't leave me, Donnie. I love you so much. Ribbit.
This kind of man isn't worth looking back to. Anyway, the disgusting lotus is going to die, so you don't need to worry about it. Sealed.
Zhou Dunyi, although you don't love me, I still care about you. Even though I won't be your side in the future, I wish you all the best with Frog.
No, I love you very much. Don't go. I don't allow you to leave me like this, dear Lotus Fairy. I'm wrong. Sorry.
At this moment, Duanyi burst into tears.
Actually, I'm a lotus goddess who blesses all lotus flowers. I have witnessed your true love. In fact, it was just a test. Flower.
The lotus goddess enchanted magic, and the lotus fairy came back to life. From then on, Zhou Dunyi and the lotus fairy had lived a happy life, and Dunyi also made a well-known Ailian talk because of it.
There are too many lovely flowers in the world. Tao Yuanming in Jing Dynasty loved chrysanthemum only. People have been interested in peony since Tang Dynasty, but I do like lotus that is clean even growing in a muddy pond.
Wow, the story is so interesting.
Yes, I've never thought that Ailian Saying could be turned into a fairy tale.
Yep.
Mark, do you have friends from Europe?
Yeah, we visited Shatao Temple with a friends from France and a friend from Czech.
Wow, it's so cool. I really wonder to know how their feelings about Tainan.
So do I. So let's listen to their interview.
Okay, go!
Hello, everybody. This is Jing, and welcome to our Let's Podcast project of Taiwan's Temple Art Stories. Today, let's talk in English for our special guests from NCKU, Xavier from France, and Martin from Czech. Please briefly introduce yourselves to the audience first.
Hello, my name is Martin, as was said, and I study computer science, and my main study is computer graphics, and I want to make video games at some point.
Hello everyone, I'm very happy to be here. My name is Xavier, I am from France, and after high school I've been studying air and space engineering school, and here I am today in Taiwan to finish my studies.
So welcome to Tainan. And we also today have another host, Josh. He is a teacher of National Tainan Chia Chi Senior High School in charge of international exchange programs. Josh, would you please introduce the project or tell us what exactly this project is about?
Okay, hi everyone. Hands Together Projects aims to build a connection between high school students and international students to strengthen intercultural communication. Immersive activities are mainly designed to guide students from both sides to explore local and foreign culture. Taiwanese students will learn about international students' country, while foreign students can explore Taiwan's language and culture with high school students. It's like looking at each other from a mirror. And through this project, we try to break the stereotypes and help students to show respect for cultural differences.
Wow, that sounds interesting. And we also have two cute, lovely high school students here. Would you please say hello to everybody?
Hello, everyone. My name is Janie.
Hello, everyone. My name's Albert.
Okay, and do you have any questions for our foreign friends?
Actually, I have. Taiwan's temple architecture gives vivid insights into the ancient history, literature, and myths. Taoism, Buddhism, and folk religions are part of everyday life. After you visited the temple, what impresses you the most?
Okay, so for me, it's like the colors. The temple is really colorful and really nice, and you can see like all the different colors. If you compare it to European temples, it's like they are pretty much gray.
Wow, thank you.
In my opinion, I agree. Yes, it is very colorful, very beautiful to watch. But also, I was fascinated by the amount of sculpture and the amount of details you can find in this temple.
Yeah.
Every detail has its own meaning, its own signification, and has a symbol. And I thought, yes, it is beautiful to watch, and it's even more beautiful and interesting to understand what these details stands for.
Wow, thank you. You tell us that we have so many stories inside the temples. Yeah. And what else?
And I'm also curious about, do you experience any culture shock in Tainan, Taiwan?
Well, of course, it's really different from back home. The main thing I think is like the people. The people are really nice here, compared to Czech. Not so much.
Seriously?
I agree, yes, the Taiwanese people are very, very kind to each other, even foreigners coming to this country.
Yeah, we are open-minded.
Another shock I've been experiencing, well, first the weather, it is very hot, but more seriously, I think the food. It is very different from European food, the food you can find in Tainan or in Taiwan overall. But it's still very, very good. 好吃.
谢谢. Yeah, especially in China, you have to say the food is delicious.
Of course.
Yeah.
Is there any food in particular that you will maybe share with us?
I particularly love xiaolongbao.
Oh. Yeah.
How about Martin?
Yeah, for me, I most of the time have no idea what I'm ordering. So, I pick and hope, and I haven't been disappointed yet.
那等一下谁带他们去过去吃一吃这样子 Yeah, here is the middle of the Tainan city, so it's a lot of very delicious foods here. Yeah. So and
What do you think of Tainan as the oldest city in Taiwan?
Okay, so for me, it's like I really like when there is a history behind something, story behind stuff. So I really like that Tainan, as the oldest city, has so many stories to tell.
Yeah.
Yes, I also agree. It is very interesting to see the past of Tainan, how it evolved during the different occupation period with the Dutch, the Japanese, the Qing dynasty. You can see particularly the architecture. You can see some Japanese architecture, some architecture that come from the US afterwards. I think it is very interesting to to get interested in learning the past of the city you're living in.
And
Seems that you'll enjoy Tainan so much. Is there anything in particular about Tainan or Taiwan that you may want to explore further in the future?
Okay, so for me, I've already visited several smaller islands of Tainan.
yeah.
And I went to Chia Chi and the Green Island. And I really like those like a lot. So the next one on the list is Penghu Islands. I want to visit that.
Penghu
Oh,
Island,
Penghu, sorry, Penghu.
Penghu, yeah.
Well, in my case, I think I'm still interested in visiting the Alishan Park. I haven't been there. I would like to see. And also, I heard that Kenting beaches are very famous, and I'd like to try that soon in the future.
Okay, good. It sounds we need to some It seems we need to some vacations. Okay. So Jenny,
If you were asked to use a symbol to represent your country, what would it be?
Well, my country already has a symbol, I think. It does. It's a lion with two tails. But if I had to like choose a new one, I think I would choose a beer, because beer is like just like traditional and really popular, and it is Czech Republic.
okay, beer. You can try 那个什么金牌啤酒 gold beer, right? 他不是说啤酒吗？
Yeah, actually, I treat them 2 beers of Tainan.
Yes.
成功啤酒.
成功啤酒 yeah.
Yeah, maybe they can make
After
some
you drink it, you
yeah,
will
make a
be success.
comparison.
Success man. Yeah.
Yeah, for France, I think it's kind of easy to think of a symbol. I think most people thinking of France think of the Eiffel Tower. If I had to bring also food as the French symbol, I guess I would say the croissant, which is an emblem of foods, of French food pastries.
Okay.
Among the Taiwanese tradition activities, what do you like the most?
Taiwanese activities?
Yeah, I'm not, what do you mean by that exactly? I'm not sure I understand what is Taiwanese activities.
Yeah, you can
Like
explain more.
visiting temples or like
Our activities, not like
yeah, like any activities that you've been attending here in Taiwan or Tainan.
Okay.
是这个意思吗？
Oh yeah, you've been to Confucius Temple, right?
Yes.
Maybe you can talk about like experience.
Okay, so I've been to a Confucius Temple for like 2 times actually. I went past it on a bike. I was like, "Oh, that looks nice. I will go there." And it was Confucius Temple, just kind of random. But there I just basically went through, seeing the beautiful red walls and the green scenery of it all. But the second time that I visited it was more interesting because for my school project we shot a video there where we basically created a sort of a ritual where we made up a god of sugar to counter the stereotype of Tainan's sweetness in food.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
So
that's
we made up a god behind it.
That's right.
And yeah, it was quite fun. And we became like an attraction there because everybody was looking at us filming.
So that's why the people in China are sweetie.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, and you know the Confucius Temple is the oldest temple in Taiwan, not only Tainan. Yeah, it's the oldest temple in Taiwan, and originally it's a large Confucius temple. Yeah.
My apology for my grumbling stomach. Tainan is a city that makes you hungry all the time.
Yeah. Also, I had another funny note. When we presented our story about the god, the other student believed us that the god existed.
The ghost.
The god of sugar. They believed us that he made it up, and when we presented it, it was so believable that our other peers, our other students, thought that it was real, even though we made it up.
Okay. Yeah. And Xavier?
Taiwanese activity, I guess. I'm not sure if it counts. I've been visiting the Taoco Park for like a weekend. I don't know if it's the kind of answer you were expecting. But yeah, this is like a place I really, really like. And I think it was the most impressive thing that I've seen in Taiwan. The thing I like the most, actually. I have been visiting some temples as well, but without really knowing anything. So that's why I think today's temples visit was very useful, very, very interesting to just like, okay, a temple is nice to see, but it's good to understand like more about the culture than just like, nice. That's nice, it's colorful.
And we should, book another temple
tour
sure. Next time, and
sure.
I will do my research
with pleasure.
Or maybe,
to explain more about
you can do some
the history and
how to say handcraft.
Yeah,
we have also some traditional handcraft workshop.
Yeah, next time we have a cut and glue Jian workshop.
All right,
maybe
great.
If you are available.
If you are interested, you can.
Sure, yes, of course. Why not?
Yeah.
Since we have talked about Taiwan for so much, let's talk about your college. Why do you come to Taiwan for college?
Okay, so for me, it was my basically my first pick to go to NCKU because because it provided courses that relate to my major a bit, because it's really difficult to find proper courses that are in English here overall, and it suited my needs the most, I think. Yeah.
In my case, this isn't the first time I come to Taiwan. I've been to Taiwan 2 years ago for a semester, and I chose this destination because I was asked to do 1 semester abroad, so an international semester. I had a list of proposals that I could choose. Most of them were in Europe, very close to France. It's something I didn't really want to do. I didn't really want to go because it was too close from my home. So I was really interested in going to Asia to experience a culture shock and see more.
Yeah.
And travel. That was a good occasion. And I asked my dad, who was very very aware of, like, he's been working in a lot of Asian countries. So I told him the countries I could go. He instantly told me, "Oh, you should go to Taiwan. People are really nice and the food is amazing." So I believed him, and I did definitely not regret.
And hope you join your life in Taiwan. Yeah,
of course.
So, okay, thank you all for being with us today, and we hope that we could invite you over again to share your stories from another episode. So, this is Guling Jing.
My name's Albert.
My name is Janie.
Josh.
Martin.
Xavier, thank you.
Can we say see you next time together? Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Right.
See you next time.
Together.
Bye.
Wow, our European friends have such colorful expressions of Tainan.
That's right. If we didn't interview them, we really didn't know overseas friends' perspective regarding Taiwanese traditional art.
That's right. We still have another story about Asian emperor appointing a great talent to an important position.
Bingo! This story is usually seen in temple about an old man who is fishing. Do you know which story it is?
Old man fishing?
I know. As volunteer up, Jiang Taigong.
That's right. Now, let's listen to the story that we adapted from King Wen Appointing Jiang Taigong.
In the late Shang dynasty, Ji Chang called his son Ji Fa to the study.
Father, is there anything wrong? What happened?
My son, I would like to give you a mission. Go and find an elderly nearby Wei Shui. Be sure to invite him back. He is a wise man who can be of significant help.
Yes, Father.
Therefore, Jifa went to amazing Weishui, and on the trip, Jifa couldn't stop wondering.
What kind of heavyweight is the old man so that father took him so seriously? Maybe he's quite withdrawn, thus retreating to Weishui. So interesting.
On a windy and beautiful afternoon, Jifa arrived at amazing Weishui, deciding to relax by swimming and diving. At that time, amazing Jiang Taigong was amazing humming and fishing. Suddenly, the blessed water splash attracted him.
Ah! Why did the young man jump into the water? No, he can't commit suicide just because he doesn't want to face the reality. I must give him a hand.
Therefore, amazing Jiang Taigong took a long fishing line to rescue him. Jifa found it beside him and caught it subconsciously. Then he was dragged out of the river in a wet way. Jifa looked puzzledly at amazing Jiang Taigong, who stood on the riverside, waiting for him to speak first.
Aha! I was waiting for you. I thought it was a young guy who wanted to end his life, but I didn't expect that it was you. You would never realize that it took me a tremendous amount of time to come up with the idea that those willing take the bite. Although the scene of this encounter was different from what I had expected, we finally met. How destined!
Jiang Taigong kept patting Jifa on the shoulder while he was talking. Jifa's brain was crashed in a while, thinking,
Oh God, who is he? Why he is acting so weird? What did he say? Those who are willing take the bite? This thing? What's the problem with him?
Jifa quickly recovered from his confusion and asked arrogantly,
Hey, who are you on earth? Why did you do that?
Amazing Jiang Taigong hit Jifa's head with the fishing rod after he heard it.
Ouch!
You, a sucky child, are so rude. I'm Chia Chi. Didn't you come from afar to find me?
Jifa froze instantly when he heard it, then yelled excitedly.
Really? The old man is so easy to find. But I thought he was a transcendent sage. Actually, he is so talkative and violent. How strange!
Of course, Jifa didn't dare to say the last few words. Last, he suffered from bidding again. Given that the current task was to invite Jiang Taigong back, he laughed words that he was about to say unsaid. Amazing Jiang Taigong looked at him kindly.
Son, for the sake of our fate, I will help you. Let's set off now. Oh, by the way, I don't want to ride a carriage. Are there other rides?
Hearing this, Jifa looked left and right and found a broken wheelchair in the grass, and hurriedly asked Jiang Taigong if he could use this amazing wheelchair to push him. Jiang Taigong nodded and agreed. Although amazing Jiang Taigong was humid during the journey, it wasn't too boring.
Oh God, why is this old man so heavy? I need to take a break.
Jifa was so exhausted that he couldn't help but stop for a rest. At this moment, amazing Jiang Taigong turned his head and said,
Thanks for all the trouble you've taken, my child. Since you pushed me 800 steps, I will protect your dynasty for 800 years.
Hey, wait! I'm just taking a break.
It's too late. This is the destiny. Ha ha ha.
No!
Today, thank you so much for listening to our program.
All of the stories are made and recorded by us. In the beginning, we read the stories on the walls in the temples. And then we analyzed the stories, rehearsed storytelling techniques, and rewrote the stories. Next time, when you visit the temples, don't miss out on the great stories on the walls.
Now, it's the end of today's program. Hope you enjoy our show.
Wow, thanks Albert, Mark, and Jenny. We will appreciate the devoted participation of the Class 201 of National Tainan Chia Chi Senior High School, 正大 Bookstore, Parents Association of Chia Chi. This is Gulingjing.
This is Albert.
This is Jenny.
This is Mark.
See you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.